Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree?
Yes.
Co-creating at its best, really. You bring your physical bodies, we see. Clumps on chairs, yes. And you bring your non-physical selves as well, are you aware?
Yes.
We take up less space. Even though there are many more of us. You're physically focused, which means you are doing a very good job of interpreting your vibrational being into what you would call reality or manifestation. In fact, you've done such a good job of it, you humans, that many have forgotten that you are vibrational beings. Vibrational? How could I be vibrational? I am not a radio, I am not a television. We say, yes, you are. You say, no, I am flesh, blood, and bone. I am this physical clump of flesh. And others can verify that. And I can verify same. I can use my physical senses to perceive my physical beingness. And I do such a good job of it, you say, from your physical perspective, that the vibrational part of me is irrelevant. And we say, hardly. The vibrational part of you is your point of attraction. Well, how does one understand the vibrational part of themselves? I use my eyes to see, and my ears to hear, and my nose to smell, and my tongue to taste, and my fingertips and so on to feel. How does one recognize their vibrational nature? And we say your emotions are all about that. Your emotions are your feedback about your vibrational state of being. How is that? Well, your emotions are your indication of the relationship between the two perspectives that really you are about. Two perspectives? How can there be two perspectives? There is only one me. You were you before you are you. You are non-physical you. You are source energy you. Not only were you that, you are that. You are non-physical energy in a physical body. And that powerful non-physical part of you projected itself into that which is your physical body. And in the moment that that happened, that perspective that was one powerful, pure, positive energy perspective became potentially split a bit. A sort of split personality, if you will. There's the non-physical you that is sure of you, that knows you, that loves you, that adores you, that recognizes the worthy nature of you. There is that source energy you. And then there is the part of you that is perceiving through this physical body. Well, why would there be two parts of me that exist? Why didn't everybody just come with me here? In the same reason that the electricity doesn't become the toaster. There is the electricity that powers the toaster, and there's the toaster that toasts the bread. And there is the non-physical you that is the source energy of you, and there's the you that toasts the bread. There's the you that perceives, and there's the non-physical you that perceives, and your emotions tell you about that relationship. When you are turning in the direction of that which your source energy is, you begin to feel an improved vibration right away. Sometimes you meet someone who's bright and shiny, feeling very, very good, and you've been focused upon something that is bothering you and you feel terrible. And even though you want to feel good, and even though they want you to feel good, and even though they're trying to cajole you into feeling better, often they just annoy you because you can't jump from not feeling good all the way to feeling good all at once, especially if you've been practicing not feeling good about this subject for a while. Because law of attraction is giving you more thoughts, more circumstances, more experiences, more co-creating experiences with other people that match wherever your dominant vibration has been. So it's well and good for well-meaning beings like Abraham or others to say, you know, you create your own reality, and the better you feel, the better you are allowing your life to be. But if you don't feel all that good, you cannot jump over there to feeling good because law of attraction does not allow it. Law of attraction is giving you only something that is quite close to where you are. So a gradual movement into better and better feeling vibrations is not only the best way to go about it, it is really the only way to go about it, because law of attraction won't let you choose a vibration that's very far from where you already are. You can choose a slight variance, but not a great variance. In the same way that you can't set your radio dial on 6:30 a.m. and hear what's being broadcast on 98.7 FM, the frequencies have to match up. And so as you reach for the thought that feels a little better and a little better and a little better and a little better, before long you can move back into vibrational alignment with who you really are. And until you have a conscious awareness of your own guidance system, then you can't tell where you are in relationship to anything that is important to you. As Jerry and Esther travel from Phoenix to San Diego, it's a very understandable journey. They never get lost. They never get out there in the desert and then fret that they won't make it. They don't get halfway and feel so unhappy that they're not yet where they want to be that they get disoriented and lose their perspective and then turn around accidentally and go the wrong way. That would be a very long journey, wouldn't it? Phoenix, Yuma, Phoenix, Yuma, Phoenix, Yuma. And in that sort of disorientation, they might begin to pronounce to each other after several days or weeks or months or years of making an unsuccessful journey that San Diego is impossible or incurable. And we would say that's a ridiculous explanation because there are signposts. They have reasonable expectation to get where they are going. And so if you agree that it is ridiculous for them to lose their way on this 400-mile westward journey, then do you also agree that it is ridiculous that someone could be sick and not believe that they can get well? It's exactly the same thing. It is ridiculous for someone not to have enough money and to believe that they can't get plenty of money. And the only reason that anyone could be sick and not move swiftly to wellness is because they're sick, getting weller, getting disoriented and moving back towards sickness, getting weller, getting disoriented and moving back to sickness, and then doctors have the nerve to tell you you can't get there from there. And we say, clearly they don't know about who you are, clearly they don't know about law of attraction, clearly they don't understand your guidance system. If they understood your guidance system, they would never scare you. They wouldn't hold up those tests and x-rays in their attempt to face reality. They'd be telling you that it's possible to get to where you want to be, because in hope, you're moving toward the resolution that you are seeking, and in fear, you're moving in opposition. Don't you find it in this moment remarkable that anyone would not understand that if it feels better, it is, and if it feels worse, it isn't? But what happens to so many humans is they have become accustomed to just looking at circumstances and sorting them out and putting them in wanted piles and unwanted piles. And they've come to believe that they have no control over the piles, that the piles just are, that things just happen, that reality just is. And the best way that they use their emotions is just in response to what they are observing. So good things make them feel good and bad things make them feel bad. And then they attempt the impossible. They run around and spend their entire lives trying to control conditions so that they can have more good feeling conditions and fewer bad feeling conditions. And we say, please give that up, and right away. Because you cannot control those conditions, but you can control your vibrational relationship. You can choose thoughts that cause you to move in the direction of who you really are. Imagine yourself moving down to the shore of a fast-moving river. You've got your canoe and oars in it, and you set your canoe into the water, and you point it upstream, and you begin paddling very hard. And we say, turn it around and go with the flow. And most humans would say, oh, Abraham, that just seems lazy. And we say, but how long can you keep that up? How long can you paddle against the current? And many would say, I don't know, let me see. And many would say, I've been practicing this for a very long time, and I'm getting better and better and better and better and better of inching upstream. It's not easy, I have to tell you, but I'm getting stronger and stronger and stronger in my ability to resist going with the flow. And there are so many others that are in the same effort that we sort of help each other along the way by patting each other on the back and giving rewards and statues for struggle. Because after all, there is only gain if there is plenty of pain. You know, the humans will tell us. And we say, go with the flow. And the reason that we are so insistent upon the value of going with the flow is because we understand what the flow is. The projection of thought from source is what that stream is, and that when you go with that flow, you are carried on a current that, first of all, is eternal, and next will take you anywhere that you want to be. So this current or stream is the calling of source. It is the non-physical energy that is you. And when you go with that flow, you feel the ease and the joy of it. The feeling of passion is going with the flow. The feeling of discouragement is going against the flow. The feeling of love is going with the flow. The feeling of hate is going against the flow. The feeling of eagerness is going with the flow. In other words, when you allow yourself to relax, some call it surrendering, we call it relax into the flow. Allowing is what it is. It's allowing the resources of source to resourcefully source you. It did get your attention, didn't it? Well, think about it. Source is there for you, calling you. And if you will listen for the call of source, and if you will move in the direction of that call, you will feel the ease of it. So when life causes you to want something and you feel that exhilaration in your belly, that's source. That's more of that flow. So life causes you to ask for this and ask for this and ask for this and ask for this and ask for this. And do you know, with every particle of life that you live and every asking, source instantly becomes that which you have asked for. Because in source, there is no buffer of time. In source, there is just the focusing and the becoming that which you are asking for. So the best way we can describe that to you is that there is a vibrational escrow that's being accumulated on your behalf because of what you're living in this life experience. When someone's rude to you, you want them to be nicer. When you are rude, you want to be nicer. When you don't have enough of something, you want more of it. When you see something that you like it. When you are complimented, you like that. In other words, you are honing out through your life experience your picture of what would be better. And Source is so aware that no one would know better than you right there where you're standing out there on the leading edge, that in the moment that you, genius Source energy in a physical body, concludes something, Source says yes and becomes completely agreeing and in compliance with it. That's why we say when you ask, it is given every single time. But what you may not know is it is given every single time, and it is given instantaneously every single time. So if life causes you to ask for more money, Source says yes, of course. Whatever you wanted and in whatever amount you wanted. Yes, of course. But when you're beating the drum of, oh, I don't have enough money, I've never had enough money, they are charging too much for that, those people over there have more than their fair share, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, why isn't the money coming to me, I cannot pay my bills, I'm so discouraged about not having enough money, I hate those rich people, I wish I had more money, the government should take the money away from them and give more of it to me. The government should not take the money away from me. In other words, as you beat that drum of not enough money, you're activating a vibration that does not allow you to go with the flow. And that feeling of negative emotion that you feel is your indication that you're pulling against the flow. That's you in your canoe paddling in the wrong direction. That's Jerry and Esther out there in the desert on their way back to Phoenix. In other words, that's what you feel like when you are not going in the direction of the flow. Now, further, we want you to understand that this flow is so significant because it is literally what you have become.